With little to no warmth expected to reach the state line anytime soon, area experts say it's important to take the steps necessary to ensure your pipes don't freeze. Licensed plumbers with Pearson say one of the most common things people forget is outdoor garden hoses. It's important to disconnect any hoses from outdoor faucets because water can get trapped in the seal that connects the two. Pearson says you may not notice the faucets freeze until you try turning them on in the spring.
Any types of levels of damage can be done when you're dealing with water. I kind of compare it to fire damage. If it happens on a main floor, second floor, anything below that's going to get damaged.